Hello, friend. Hello, friends. There it is. That's what it is. Alrighty, we're gonna get this show kicked off in just a couple moments. Pulling up my comments. Ooh. Gotta go live first, and then I can pull it up. Facebook, that is. Hello, Bert. Hello, Marcus. Thanks for being the first to comment. Hello, Mom. Alrighty. Alright, there's that. Oh, that's new. Alrighty. I just taught myself a new trick. That's fun. Okay, 1 minute until we officially kick off at 6 o'clock. Feels like I'm really quiet in my ears. I don't know why. I'm not quiet to you guys, right? Oh. Elliot, this is such a funny place to be sending this message, but no worries at all. I told the group I don't think we have enough people to play, and they're like, we're gonna push and find another person. I'll tell them you're out, and then they'll be like, okay, never mind, so no worries. All right, I'm gonna kick off this show. Wow, what a turnout we already have today. Thank you everybody for joining me right for the start of the show. Hello, my name is Lynn Clementi Hicks, and if this is your first time catching my show, you're in for a treat. We are almost at the 1 year mark of going live every week for a year. Okay, well, obviously it's a year. It's a 1 year mark. Anyway, I think that's going to be next week's episode, to be honest. Well, I wouldn't lie to you. I'm pretty pumped because I've been working on some big stuff, and that's going to be the theme of today's episode. Hello, Laura, and hello, Laura. Got both the Lauras here today. Hello! I love that. Awesome. My sister's here. We've got a good crowd. And Marcus, too. Thanks, guys. Mom. Oh, my gosh. Too many to name. I'm just kidding. You guys, thanks, because I'm feeling just so full of positivity. I can't wait to just spew it all over you. That sounded horrible. I attended a 3-day summit last week called Expand Your Reach. It is for video creators like myself that go live. Most of us go live. Some people just do the recorded video and then posting that online. And what we learned was everything from social media and how to reach more people, how to get, a lot of these people are selling something. I'm not selling you anything. I'm doing this as a passion project, and how to get your message out more, how to use, how to, I guess, get more eyeballs on your content, from like the thumbnails to descriptions and everything. So I'm going to give you guys kind of an overview of my takeaways from it. And you might be thinking, Lynn, why do we want to know this? Well, first of all, this is part of the story. This channel is here because you guys show up every week to watch me do it. I wouldn't keep doing it if you stopped showing up, probably. And I know a lot of you guys are not going through the same kind of journey that we are. But I think part of the reason that you watch is because you like watching the progress, not only of us trying to start a family, but also of, how the content has changed, how I've grown as a speaker, as, learning new tips and new tricks on my computer and everything like that. And obviously how comfortable I am in front of the camera. But I had a really big aha moment during the summit, and I'm going to share that with you today because it does very specifically have to do with the journey of this channel, and also the journey of our, I guess, the content, right? Our story about fostering. So I'm going to share that with you guys. And then we're going to talk about some of the ideas that I have coming up. I'm going to tell you about the first guest that we're going to have on the channel this year. I will reveal who that is. I think you guys will be excited. And then we'll just shoot the shit for a little while, just for funsies. I want you guys to know that even though Bert and I are moving forward in this direction of fostering, I want you to feel super supported still in whatever journey it is that you're going through. And also, if you're going through infertility, I am dedicated to making this channel still very relevant for you, okay? And I'm going to make one more promise, and I hope this doesn't rub anyone the wrong way. Sorry for swearing earlier. I am not, I am going to keep my channel as inclusive as possible. I want, and I come at this with a very open mind, right? I've gone through a lot. I am open to everybody else's stories and journeys, and I want to be so supportive of anybody and whatever they're going through. You might be going, yeah, Lynn, of course, but why are you saying this? Here's why I'm saying this, and this is the part I hope that doesn't rub you the wrong way. There's a lot of people that talk about their fostering stories from a lens of it being faith-driven. That it was God's will that they bring in children into their home. Now, I'm not saying I don't believe that. I'm not saying that there's anything at all wrong about that. But I do feel like that there's a lot of people out there that may not feel that it's God's will that is, driving them to foster, that it's just something that comes from another place, maybe infertility. Maybe it's just something they want to do. Maybe they just don't want to have, give birth. Maybe who knows, whatever their reason is. So that is what I'm talking about here. I want to make sure that anybody that's going through fostering or adoption feels like they're included in this community. Okay? Does that make sense? Did that rub anyone the wrong way? Go ahead. I am happy to have a discussion about it. I'm happy to take your comments or questions about it. And again, I am not saying anything about that I have anything wrong with religion or what anybody else is saying. I'm just saying that's not the lens that I'm doing it through. Okay. Sammy, hey, what's up, bud? A guest? Yes, I've got a guest. You're going to have to stick around to see who it's going to be. Oh, okay. I have something. Okay. I have to take out my other. Yeah, I'm going to take that out. Something's weird. I messed with my settings during the summit, and now everything sounds off. Do I sound okay to you guys? Let me know. Okay, so couple quick housekeeping things here. First is, just so you know, if you're watching on Facebook, we also have a YouTube channel, and there's more comments going on YouTube than there is on Facebook today. In fact, I don't know if anyone... Yep, I've got a couple of people over on Facebook. I will pull comments up onto the screen, so if you've got any questions while I'm chatting away here, put them up. I definitely am seeing your comments, and we'll respond to them, especially if you have a question. And if you're on YouTube, please know that today I'm going to tell you about something that we're doing next week, and I posted a link on the Baby Talk Facebook page. So I don't usually, crossover and stuff like that, but I'm bringing that up today because, well, I got a nice little tasty treat for you, a freebie, if you will. Okay, great. Thank you, Marcus, for confirming sound is good. And Dad, of course, awesome. Thank you so much. Laura, thank you so much for saying that you totally understand, how I'm trying to be open and inclusive with our community here. Okay, great. Now that we've got that kind of out of the way. Which one do I feel like I have so much to unload on you guys today. What do I do first? Okay, Lynn, calm down. Don't be crazy. Let's start with this. Let's do a little update. So our plan for our fostering journey, as you know, we had our I'm not going to go through the details of the inspection. I've done that twice already. We had our home inspection with the DCFS caseworker on January 3rd. It was a Monday, so 2 Mondays ago. We've been working on our paperwork. Last week, I kind of went through that in my live stream of all the paperwork that we have to fill out. So if you're curious, if you're going through fostering or considering it, want to know all the stuff that you have to collect during the kind of long approval process, that's a great episode to check out. We are still going through that. It's a lot of stuff to collect. The last few things that we have to get. Okay, so if you live in Illinois, did you know right now that the Secretary of State and DMV offices are closed until January 24th. Yeah, I'm not even kidding you. I'm pretty sure it's COVID related, but Bert just needs to get an updated driver's license with our address on it. The address that we have is still our old apartment. He's been trying to get a real ID for the past 2 years. Anyway, we need that. You have to have an ID with your matching address on it. So that reopens on the day that we were hoping to turn all of our paperwork in. The other thing we have is an appointment to bring our cats in. They want to see proof of all their shots, their vaccinations and stuff, so that they're not putting a kid in with some crazy cats or dogs that are going to harm the children. So those are the last 2 things that we have to collect and all the things for our paperwork. I feel really on top of it. I even emailed our caseworker and I said, hey, can we kind of move forward without the ID just in case that takes a little while? Because I'm sure as soon as the doors open there, it's going to be a mad rush of all these people that are like, need all the same things, update. You got to get your IDs updated and all the other things that the DMV and Secretary of State do. So anyway, we'll see. She usually takes a day or 2 to get back to me, and I emailed her today. We'll see what happens, but I'm working ahead of schedule. So we're feeling really good. After we get that paperwork in, we're going to be doing our training. And I'm honestly, I can't wait. I can't wait to just clear my schedule and just do training, and I love it. I don't think that's how it works, but I'm pumped. I'm ready. Sammy, great transition here. Expand your reach was great, right? Heck yeah, it was. I think my brain melted from all the information. It just was like soaking in, and it was just like, blah. Wow. We heard from some of the most successful people on YouTube. We heard from people that know how to help content creators grow. And what I heard was that I need to do a lot better of a job updating my thumbnails, because I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've had the same exact thumbnail for every Monday episode for months. So one of my goals is that after I go live, I can have that placeholder there. I'm going to have a few minutes after the episode to grab a new screenshot and update something on the slide that says what the episode is kind of about. So that's one of my goals. Okay. You're like, okay, Lynn, don't care. Okay, maybe you will when I actually hit 1,000 subscribers, guys. And then you'll be like, oh, I was one of the first 1,000. Or I was one of the first 100, which a lot of you guys are. Which, by the way, hello to everyone that's watching tonight. It's a pretty large audience, which is great. Love it. Next, and also hello in the replay. If you're watching the replay, feel free to drop me a comment. And just let me know that you watched, especially if it's your first time checking me out. I always love to meet the new people that are watching. So that's another thing is I need to have the graphics that come up when I do that is like, okay, where else can you follow me? And that's the next thing I want to do is have a email list, right? So this is a big thing that I've known for a long time is that if something happens to YouTube just says, you know what, F it, we're not going to be here anymore. Screw you guys. I wouldn't have a way to reach all of you anymore. I don't have your email addresses. I mean, I have some of them. Some of you I'm Facebook friends with. So my hope is that I can create an email list, and then it would just be so that I have a way to reach out to you. I have a way to tell you about big things or things I'm giving away or programs that I'm doing, which leads me to my next thing, right? Okay, this is where the aha moment comes in. And Dad, I see your question. I'll get to that in a moment when I'll backtrack a little bit. Okay, here's my aha moment, guys. There was a prompt out there. It was kind of like, well, why am I doing all this? These people are spending, this is their full-time job. They have a book that they're selling. They have a product that they're selling. They work for a company that they do the branding for. Why am I doing this? Why am I spending 3 days learning all this stuff? And yeah, sure, I'm really enjoying it. It's a hobby. But here's what it is. I really, truly feel that the other people that are going through what we went through last year and what we're going through this year, and also people that are going through adoption, need me to create a community for them. Okay, now there are other support groups out there. There are plenty of channels out there. But what I think I can bring to the table is a membership of people that have a place to go on a weekly basis to connect with other people that are going through a similar journey and share. Just let it out, talk it out with other people that know, similar what they're going through in a similar way. And also just have that, because some people actually don't tell their family or friends that they're going through fertility treatments until they're pregnant. That's a very lonely journey. Some people might not tell people that they're going through the fostering approval process because some people really just jump to kind of like their own, I guess, like opinions of things real quick. And it's really tough to move forward if you've got people doubting you. So surrounding people with other, supportive people, that's what I think I can bring forward. So I'm telling my own story. I'm sharing other people's stories. I am bringing in experts, people like... Okay, I'm going to give you a sneak peek. This is not my first guest that I'm going to have, but this is one guest that has agreed to come on the show, but an adoption consultant, a real life adoption consultant. She has her own business and helps connect birth mothers with adoption or adoptive parents. And she's going to answer all of our questions. She's going to tell us about how it works. I can't wait to ask her all the questions that I have, right? And then let you guys ask those questions too. So the big aha moment was, I think this community, and by community, I'm including infertility, adoption, and fostering. That's what I've come to, is those three things, I think, are the community. I think that community needs me to build the community. Or another option for them. I think it needs to be inclusive. So what do you guys think? Is that something you think is needed, or am I being too full of myself here? Am I biting off more than I can chew? Okay, and I'm glad Bert answered my dad's question, so I don't have to circle back to that. Okay. Thank you, Laura. Oh, this means so much to me. You make it feel so much more personal, and you genuinely care about us. I do, and sometimes I have guilt that I don't do enough for the people that are watching and supporting me, and I want to support back, and I feel like that this is something I can organize. Oh, Marcus, thank you. You are perfect for the mission. I love that. Oh, okay. Don't make me cry now. Oh, all right. So this is my big thing. So I am hoping to build a membership, and I'm thinking I'm going to start it off with pay what you want or pay what you can type of thing to start, the first go at it. And here's why, is because I want to test out a couple things. One is, how much does someone need to pay into a program in order to feel invested in it so that they show up, okay? The second thing is, how much are people able to or willing to pay? What is the value of that program that I'm putting together? And this is some trial and error, because there's going to be some mistakes. There's going to be a learning curve, the first time that we go through it. And I think that, it'll be I'm thinking it'll start out as like a 4, 6, or 8 week, kind of like membership. And then eventually it'll turn into like a monthly membership, cancel anytime. Or it'll be a, 6 week support group that you join, and maybe there's a general membership tied to it. So I have to sort all that out, hash it out. And then I can't do it alone. So I'm planning on bringing in some other people that are actually even more experienced than I am. Last year we talked with Lauren Fallon, who is an LCSW and led our support group for infertility. I think this is a perfect place to bring her in and introduce her to a small group of people that she can lead through all the exercises that my support group went through, and we got so much out of that we ended up staying a support group just forever. I mean, we haven't stopped supporting each other. We still text each other almost daily. Okay, so what I'm hoping to do is give more people that experience. I think I've got the point across here. Do you guys want to know who my first guest is going to be? Is that a tease? Oh yeah, it's a tease. We'll get to that in a minute. So after this, tonight, after you and I do this, or that we're chatting here on this live stream, I'm going to have dinner, and then we're going to wash our cat in the bath with shampoo. Why? Joe has a nose problem. I've mentioned this a few times, I think. You guys, he sneezes, boogers go everywhere. It's a thing, but we love him no matter what. And we're never going to give him up just because he makes it a lot harder to clean our house. But I think because his nose is so plugged up, when he tries to give himself a bath like cats normally do, most cats are self-cleaning. he hasn't been doing a good job lately because I think his nose is so stuffed it's hard for him to do it. And he's just getting a little bit not clean. So would you guys like to see if I think we need all 4 of our hands, meaning mine and Bert's hands, all hands on deck. If I'm able to get a picture or video of that, would you guys want to see it? Let me know. Let me know in the chat if that's something that would entertain you. Bert actually started an Instagram for Joe. I don't think he's been updating it, but maybe he can drop the link if you guys want to follow it. Okay, next is we've been learning Spanish. Last week I revealed to you guys that I am going to be going to Mexico for our my company a business trip. It's a week-long sport and social industry conference, which I'll be a speaker at, which is really cool. And that's not only the reason I don't think I'll learn Spanish by then because that's in February, but I am going to Spain in June with a bunch of my soccer teammates, and we're going to be playing in an over 35 women's soccer tournament. I am just so pumped, and me and a bunch of my teammates are going to be learning Spanish and Duolingo, and I've already, like, I love it. I never took Spanish. Well, I took German in high school, so my Spanish is like very bare minimum, and I am already like, I'm learning, and I'm just so excited because I never thought I could learn a foreign language, so I'm pumped. I see you guys' comments. Yes, that cat needs a neti pot. Oh my God. If we could get a cat to do a neti pot, I think that would actually be something we should work on. Yeah. I'm a vet tech, so I wish I could help. Laura, oh my God, I wish you could help so much. When I did a Google search for like how to give a cat a bath, there were all these like holders, and I'm like, we are not investing in a, something that's going to contain him, so we're just going to try and do it without that. I feel like next week I'll be showing off some new cat scratches on my arms. Cat baths. Where in Spain, Elliot? Okay. Bert might have to help me in the comments. I should know this. I think it starts with a V. But the place we're going is known for 3 things. One is their sherry wine, their horse dancing, and flamenco. And like we've watched like 2 or 3 like travel videos for this city, and it's like all the same places. So I feel like we're gonna go, and it's a very small town where all like and there's a castle there that like has captured the history of what the city used to look like, like where there's a whole bunch of really, really, really old stuff. So it's kind of cool. And there's a bell tower to climb. Bert, well, yeah, southwest of Seville. I think that works. Okay. My mom is saying, oh my God, yes, I remember trying to give our cat a bath. It's hysterical. Yeah, it's hysterical after the fact. I feel like it's not going to be funny when we're doing it. My dad's saying my stress level is rising, waiting on your guest announcement. You're going to have to keep waiting, guys. Okay, good. All right, so you want to see pictures of Joe. I will try and capture that adventure and show it to you guys next week. And hopefully I will have an after picture of him being so pretty and handsome and soft. Okay, Kelly. So Kelly is a Norwex consultant, which I'm a huge fan of these products because they're chemical free. They are safe for use in your house if you have kids or pets or just don't want to have the risk of having any chemicals absorbed into your body, because we don't know what's in anything anymore, right? So Norwex is dedicated to putting out clean stuff, which I need more detergent, Kelly, if you can get some for me. Okay, but Kelly's saying, seriously, use a Norwex and Viro wet on his fur, and that should work better than actually giving him a bath. Interesting. So he does have some like kind of, I think we have to get all the way down to the skin with the shampoo because he's got a lot of like oil and dandruff and stuff like that. So I think we have to go in with the super soaker. I like the tip here. Okay, wear elbow length rubber gloves to protect you from Joe's claws. Good tip. We're planning on wearing long sleeves and yes, maybe some chainmail. Just kidding, but maybe not. Okay. All right, guys. Okay. One more little story before I reveal who our first guest of the year is going to be. So something happened last week, and I'm not going to get into the details of exactly what happened, but it was a wake-up call to think about what would happen if something happened to me or Bert. We actually, I can't remember if I've asked you guys this before, but have you guys done your planning, like estate planning and stuff? Like if something were to happen, finances, and have you planned, are you able to get into each other's accounts and all those kinds of things? Let me know in the chat. Don't tell me we've already talked about this before, because I think we might have, but it doesn't matter. It's a good topic. Let me know if you've done that for yourselves. Now, I know my parents have, but other people our age, in their late 30s, early 40s, or even, are you in your 50s and or even 20s? Like, tell me, have you done your estate planning? I think that's what it's called. Like, do you have a power of attorney or any? See, I don't even know these terms. Okay. Tell me that if you've done it already. And follow-up question, would you be interested if I brought someone onto the channel to talk about that? Because I do think it's relevant when you're thinking about family planning to think about that, right? Like if something happens to one of the parents or the kids, like what happens? I know it's kind of a, not a fun topic, but it's an important one. So give me your feedback on that, because I'm making a list. I keep looking down because I'm looking at my list of topics and things that are like on my want to cover in the next few months list. Bring on these guests, cover these topics, bring some more education to this, because it's not always, every week it's not always going to be a story about fostering or adoption or IVF and stuff. We have to talk about all the things that surround that too. Yeah. Okay, we're getting some feedback. Yeah, okay, not yet for Laura. Okay. Marcus is like, I should take care of that. And Kim's like, not officially. I know where the passwords are, though. I would have to decipher them. Yeah. Do you guys, so I use so Google's real nice because Google will save your passwords, right? So if your significant other has access to your Google, they should be able to get into most or all of your accounts. There's also another service called LastPass, LastPass. I think it's free, and it can also save all of your passwords too. So there's a couple of services you can use if you're not, if you currently don't use one, saving them all kind of like a keychain. Makes it easy. But I think the biggest thing, as long as your significant other can get into your main email account so that they can do password resets for different accounts, that helps too. I remember when we had to do that after Bert's dad passed away, and that was a game changer when we actually got into his email account and could get into all the others. Okay, good. Laura R is saying, I'd be interested in that. We haven't done anything but have discussed it a little. Yeah. We've been discussing this for years, and we keep saying, okay, this is the year we're going to do it. And our friends have even sent us emails of referrals for people that they really recommend, and we still didn't do it. So we gotta get on this. Elliot is saying, having to sort through it after the fact, I highly recommend doing it before something happens. And Elliot, I'm actually a little surprised. So Elliot's wife passed away after a battle with cancer. And Elliot, I'm kind of surprised that you had to sort through it after. I thought it's interesting. I thought that would be something with, that would be done ahead, but maybe it's so much stuff like you miss things. So maybe Elliot, having you on to help us sort through that would be really helpful. Okay, we probably need to set you up with as power of attorney as our oldest. Oh, yes, that is a responsibility that comes with, age, being the oldest, that is, of 3 kids. It's a heavy subject, right? But it is a very real thing. You just never know. Things can come up real fast. So, okay, let's turn this around. Guys, thank you. That was actually really super helpful. And I'm going to make this a big, I'm putting a star next to this to get somebody to help. Okay. What else? Am I missing something? Oh, oh yeah. So I told you we're going to have an adoption consultant on, but she's not our first guest. our first guest. So when you all know, if you've been watching more than one episode with me, you know who this person is. All right, you guys ready? Drum roll. From the guy himself, Marcus will be my very first guest of the year. Oh my gosh. Okay, why Marcus? Why Marcus? Well, Marcus is also going to have me on his live stream the same week. So I'll go live on Monday. He's going live on Thursday. And this is going to be next Monday and next Thursday. Marcus and I are close, and we message each other. He's been extremely supportive of our journey. He wants to interview me about how open I am about everything. Marcus has his own journey, and he has his own story. And I think the interview with him is going to surprise you. I'm not going to talk too much about it here because he and I are going to be doing a pre-interview to kind of cover the things that we are comfortable talking about together. But I think what we can all relate to when we have Marcus on is that we all have somebody else that we support, right? He's been extremely supportive of us. I know he's extremely supportive of other people in the streaming community. So I think I'm going to hold him up as a model, of like another example of how you can be supportive of other people. But there's more to his story, and I can't wait to share it. So next Monday he'll be on. We're going to be chatting. Now, if you guys don't know this about him, he lives in Switzerland. Switzerland, right? Yes. His first language, I believe, is German, but he speaks English fluently, and it's going to be really cool. And it's 1 a.m. his time, so he might be a little sleepy, but he does this all the time. Like, he did the summit last week, the Expand Your Reach summit, and even when it was getting to like about 3 a.m. his time, he was still hanging in there. He kind of, just towards the end had to taper off, but he did a really great job sticking with it. And it's really cool, and I'm very excited to have him on, and I'm just so pleased that he's a friend willing to do it. So, yeah, so woohoo! Exactly. Marcus, do you have anything else to say about it? Feel free. Hopefully that was a good lead up. I'm pumped because sharing stories and supporting each other is what this is all about. Okay, I'm saying a little bit more than usual, I feel like, today. I'm thinking a lot. One of the things that we learned in the summit was, to take breaths and to replace the ums with silence, and it's a little bit more engaging. But you know what? I'm not worried about that. You guys are still here. You're engaged. We're here together. We're doing this. All right. I've been yapping for about half an hour. Let's check in with you guys. I gave you a lot of updates. What's going on in your world? Tell me your wins. Tell me what you're struggling through. I know Kelly has a big day tomorrow. I won't tell you the details of that, but as a supportive best friend, I am it's on my mind to reach out to her and offer her support. And I know, I'm saying it now, and then it won't be a surprise tomorrow when I'm like, hey, good luck today. But, overdoing it on the ums. LastPass came up, and it's asking me if I want to add my stream key to this. See, LastPass is pretty nice, guys. It does, and I don't have a referral form or referral key or an affiliate key or anything like that. I'm not making any money from this, but it is a nice tool to help you share your passwords with somebody. Okay. Oh, good, Marcus. I'm glad you're looking forward to it. You guys, Marcus got on another streamer's live stream and crafted live in front of everybody, and he's not a crafter, and it was so brave and is just so vulnerable, and I loved that he did it and just put himself out there and did it and showed us what courage looks like, to go on even when you don't know what you're doing, and facing it. I just love that. I love it so much. Elliot, he's attempting to make his first maple bacon old fashioned tonight. Ooh. Elliot is really good at cocktails, like knowing all the fancy cocktails, all over Chicago. If you need a recommendation, he is your guy. Also knows all the best places to eat. And, right, Kim just finished grading for second quarter, so the school year is half over already. We gave Scout a bath this weekend, so she's nice and clean. Nice. We're gonna have squeaky clean animals in the Clementi family tree. Happy subject for my dad. We had a blast watching the grandkids last Saturday. Nice. So my parents watched Paul and Kelly's kids, and they'll be doing that again next weekend, not this upcoming weekend, but next weekend, because for Christmas we gave Paul and Kelly an experience. You remember, if you watched our How to Be a Good Gift Giver episode, that was one of the things, is like, instead of giving stuff, give experiences. And so Bert and I decided, you know what, I think Paul and Kelly could use a nice double date, and so that's what we're doing. We're gonna go watch ski jumping. Now, like really high, hill, and then they come down, and then they go flying through the air and hopefully land. And there's a place in Fox River Valley, I think, and they do that. So we're gonna go watch that. Then we're going to dinner. Then we're going axe throwing. It's gonna be a blast. I don't think that we've done just adults only with Paul and Kelly in quite a while, so I am excited. Mom and Dad are gonna watch the kids. We're gonna be adults. It's gonna be awesome. Fox River Grove. Thank you, Kelly. That's what it was. Okay. My dad said we made my best sourdough loaf ever this morning, which is great for Christmas. This is funny. So I got a sourdough starter from my friend Molly. Then I gave it to my parents, and my brother's like, "What's that?" And then I'm like, "Oh, do you want one?" He said, "Yeah." Gave it to my brother. They got really into it, guys. Like, my sourdough baby, I made a few loaves. I killed it. I killed the starter. I didn't even have to get one back from my dad or brother. Dad and brother are making sourdoughs and sending me pictures all the time. So for Christmas, I got them sourdough like bread tools, like baskets and special scoring tool. And guess what? My dad gave the same thing to me and Bert. How funny is that? So I'm thinking for Easter, we're having sourdough wars. It sounds like Dad's really going to be ahead of us on this. Awesome. Okay, Laura's got a good one here. We started Weight Watchers and wasn't sure what to expect, but it's been fun and feels so much better. Sometimes you need a little help on how to eat better. Laura, I'm so glad you said that. So the other thing I was thinking about doing with our community here is I was like, I wonder how many people need accountability for just like sticking to wellness. And do you guys remember, I don't know how often I talked about this, but I was a coach and we ran virtual fitness classes. So me and another coach partnered up, and we offered the service to, I can't remember, about 10 people or so. And that ended up disbanding when things reopened last year, and then things are now shut down again and whatever. But anyway, that kind of fell apart. And I'm like, it'd be really nice to start that up again, because I made this really cool tracker. You set your own goals based on your own, your own level. Like if you want to work out once a week or 7 times a week, this challenge works for everybody. And then once a week we get together and just chat about our progress. And that accountability really helps. It's like, oh, well, shoot, I don't want to show up to that meeting and, not have made progress. Or maybe you show up to the meeting and you didn't make progress, but the group is there to lift you back up. And I'm pretty sure Weight Watchers has these kinds of meetings. And correct me if I'm wrong on that, Laura. But anyway, I had built this little challenge, and it's set for 4 weeks, so it's just 4 weeks that you do it. And if you like it, you do it again the next month. So I was thinking about offering that here, as part of the group, which is, just movement, eating well, and then your own personal challenge for the 4 weeks. So if you wanted to learn a new habit, that was habit and hobby at the same time. You set that at the beginning, you set your intentions, and then you track it. And there's 2 reasons that I decided not to launch that here today. Because I was about to. It was on my to-do list. And I said, 2 reasons not to. One is that I'm actually going to be doing an accountability group with the streaming community. And actually Marcus is too. We've both been asked to be leaders for that. And that's going to be 90 days. That's a pretty big commitment. Once a week, keeping track of what everybody's doing and helping them with their content creation. And it's nice because it'll hold me accountable too. And then I also have my Spain group. And And they have shown interest in kind of having a training program. So I'm like, if I'm doing that, I think I might be spreading myself too thin. But if I can kind of start to build this, I'm going to form it, bring other people in to make our community, have these accountability checks and stuff. So I don't know. I want to also stay focused here too. Like if I'm just doing wellness on this channel, so is 1.5 million other people on their channels. I'm going to stay focused on, the fertility, the fostering, and the adoption. Okay. Laura's saying, that's what I like about Weight Watchers, because you can still eat what you like, but you only have certain amounts of points a day. Not sure about the groups, but Mark and I are doing good about keeping accountability. There's the key right there. You're doing it with somebody. And if you do it with the person that you live with, it makes it so much easier. When Bert and I really started to get serious about our fertility, we cut out the glutens and sugars and, focused on the good proteins and vegetables. We felt amazing. It was like so much energy. It was good for us and stuff. And then it's so easy to fall back into your old comfort foods, So having that accountability, that goal together, so awesome. Nice job, Laura. Marcus is saying accountability is so powerful. 100%. It's just driving home this whole thing. Yeah. All right. Oh, wow. I'm just so pumped up here. Piyush, no kidding, dude. I was literally thinking about you this morning. I was like, I haven't heard from Piyush in a while. I wonder how he's doing. Wow. Great to hear from you. You're in India, and I think part of the reason that I was thinking about you is we watched a movie called Lion last night. Let me know, guys, in the chat if you've seen the movie Lion. I was in one of those moods where I'm like, okay, I'm willing to watch a movie, where I can cry or get emotional. And so I looked up a list of movies about fostering, and Lion was one of the ones. And we started watching it, and we're like, wait, we've seen this before, but we watched it all the way through again, and it is still a great movie. Good tearjerker. It's a great story, even if you don't care about fostering at all. It's just a wonderful story. Lion is the name of it. Yeah. Oh, it's 6:10 a.m. in Mumbai. For some reason, I thought it was more middle of the night for you. I don't know why. I don't understand why you aren't waking up every week and tuning in here. Oh, maybe I'm going a little bit. It's the half-hour thing. Maybe you woke up at 6, and usually I end it at 6. Well, great to see you, Piyush. Great to see you. Okay. I didn't miss your mom a win. I made 2 big pots of soup over the weekend. So good with the sourdough bread. Oh, yes. Homemade soup with homemade bread. Gah. Okay, I'm starting to drool. Okay, that sounds delicious. And my mom does a real smart thing with the soup. She makes a bunch of it, and then she puts it in smaller portions and freezes it. So then she just has to take one of those out, put it into the pot, reheat it, and it's good to go. So smart. Love that. Oh, Piyush is getting ready for badminton. That is awesome. So an early game of badminton. I love it. Love it. Okay. And you haven't heard of the movie. That's okay. Okay. Yes, Kim, this is it. I saw that. Nicole Kidman is the foster mom. Yeah, it was. I'm glad that you liked it too. It's really good. And there's the child actor in that film is awesome. Just does such a good job. Oh, it's been a good week, guys. I feel full with creativity, love. I feel full of love. I don't know if Bert just chuckled at me or something, but I heard him chuckling in the kitchen. Anyway, when, I think there's certain moments in life where, oh, he said he's laughing because I said it's been a good week and it's only Monday. Okay, that is funny, but I guess I was thinking about since last Monday, it's been a good week. Shush, Bert. I think that here's where I'm going to leave it with. In this past week, it was big week. I talked about the summit. I've talked about, my ideas and everything. There's moments in life where something happens and you might have a flash of oh shit, that could have been something else, and it makes you instantly thankful for what you have. Okay. in these moments, I don't feel like they happen a lot. And I think that's by design. You know, like we had those oh shit moments all the time. We'd be high anxiety. And maybe people do live that way. But when you have those oh shit moments, and it kind of makes you like your world just kind of freezes, and you're like, I don't want to lose what I have. And it makes you really appreciate those things. And Bert and I may have had a moment like that, and I even though in the moment it was very scary, we have over the past few days since then just been very thankful for each other. And we're generally very thankful for each other in the first place. But I think when you have, and these moments can happen with friends, with family, with pets, you know, and it's just these moments. In another example, when our dog Taz, our family dog Taz, used to bolt out the front door, because she's a golden retriever, and that's what they do. They just bolt. They love to run. And we live in a cul-de-sac with a bend in the street, right? And I remember very specifically, I would get this feeling, but I could see it and feel it in my brother's heart even more strongly than I could feel it. The fear that a car is going to come and hit the dog while she's going nuts running all over the neighborhood. And that fear that, like, I don't want to lose my dog, you know. Those are the moments, like, you're just like, oh my God, you know, like, oh shit. And then when you have it, you're just like, okay, it's a reminder of how much you love that person or thing. Okay. That's what I'm going to leave you guys on. Is that a beautiful note or what? Yeah, I think so. So love the ones you got, baby. Oh my gosh. Push, thank you so much. You know what? Thank you. Thank you so much for jumping on. Next week, guys, Marcus is going to be my guest. It's going to be a really big week because I'm 99% sure it is like the 1 year anniversary of my channel, this brand, which we are hopefully going to be renaming very soon. Still working on it. It is not easy rebranding, guys. So I hope you join me next week for the interview, and also to celebrate a year of being live, and, you know, celebrate you and our community here. So thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I'm feeling all the love. My cheeks are hurting. It's one of those kinds of live streams, you know, where I leave and I'm like, oh, my cheekbones are, but gotten a workout. Not cheekbones, but cheeks. Okay. So I hope that you have an awesome week. I hope that you make it through. If it's a tough one, you got this. If it's an easy one with lots of ups, I hope you enjoy every moment of it. So thank you guys, and I'm going to roll the credits here. I'll see you later. And also, by the way, check this out. When I roll credits, the music's going to go automatically because I fixed it. Small win. All right. I'll see you later, guys. Bye. Nice, Kelly.